the current person on earth, and I wanted to talk about judgment and how judgment is causing emotional debt. And yeah, I just wanted to give my perspective because lately I've been feeling really emotional, but this didn't start until it didn't start until I stopped judging myself. So like the minute I started looking at my outside world as my other half, and the minute I stopped judging my thoughts and judging past versions of myself, it's like lately I feel like I'm getting hit wham, all the way back. Like I'm getting hit way back in time from so many things that I stuffed down. And I just want to talk about that because once you release the judgment of always constantly logically trying to navigate yourself through life, now you can actually catch up to yourself and catch up to your reality to where your manifestations or the things that you desire to create are like vibrating at a faster rate to where it can become physical faster because it's not so much think about it like this, like okay, you're asking for something or you're trying to create something from your mind. You have something in your mind that you are trying to create, but your whole reality is created from your subconscious, your coherence with your heart and your mind. Like your reality is your other half. Everything has been created from who you truly are. So, with that, and you trying to take control and be conscious and be aware of you creating reality, now you have to really act, now you have to really feel what exactly reality is for you. So think about it like this. You're trying to create something. You have something inside of your head that you want to create a certain amount of money or something that you want inside of yourself. And I'm talking to myself. I love y'all so much. But I'm just going live to actually like talk to myself and process these thoughts that I'm having with myself because this is how I work through it. And I just love the fact that I can just do this and y'all just here with me. But think about it like when you go to the bathroom and you're trying to when you turn on a faucet. So you turning on the faucet and turning on the water, that is you turning on your mind. That is you turning on your powers of as a creator down here. So you're thinking, right? So you're turning on the water. You're not letting yourself just be dry inside of your head and working on autopilot. So now when you turn the water on and it goes into the sink and down the pipe, you notice that your sink is starting to get backed up. Like the water is not draining. The water is not going down. And that is what all of that judgment, all of the spaces where you left yourself in the past, where you didn't allow yourself to feel, and even just coming to earth and just constantly thinking logically all the time and not allowing your heart to um also navigate your journey here. That is all of that back up. That is what's everything that is backing the water up, and it's not able to go down the pipe. So I'm talking, I want to like, I didn't know how I wanted to organize this, but I just wanted to talk to y'all about that because um I'm in a space where I'm not judging myself anymore. And it's like really interesting. It's really cool, but I'm more emotional. Like I've been on the verge of crying like so much for the past 3 days. Really bad. Like it's been really bad to where I'm crying a lot. And I'm trying to figure out why because I've never been this emotional, but I realized that I have been opening that pipeline between my heart and my mind. So now there's alignment going on to where I'm able to process my feelings and also logically like be aware of the feelings, and take it in and be aware of the moments or whatever is coming to the surface because it's stuff that's been stuck inside of my heart that is now coming to the surface of here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's too much. And I realize that it's happening because I'm not judging myself anymore. And I like literally, I'm having moments to where I'm just in a like state of where I'm just still and I don't want to talk and I don't want nobody. I don't feel bad, but I don't feel good. Like I just feel, I don't know, like I don't feel like myself. But it is me. That's the thing. It's just a version of me that's come up from the deep down inside of myself. It's a version of me that has come up from inside and it's come to the surface of my reality, of my projection of where I am right now. And I have to just let it pass, because I thought these moments where I'm feeling very, very emotional or just feeling like I'm just, old memories are coming up. I'm like, is something wrong with me? Am I being attacked? Like, do I need to pray? I'm just overthinking so much. And it's like, no, that's that logic. That's that judgment, because you think that there's something wrong with you because you're in an emotional state or old things are coming up for you. Let it come up, because now that I'm in a state where I'm not judging myself, now I can fully process it with my heart and my mind, not just like thinking illogically. So now, like, I've been like journaling hella much, like, cause it's like it's so much that's happening to me, and I'm trying to process it all. So I want to say, for anybody who's feeling this right now, who's feeling emotional and they're feeling a little like sensitive, it's okay, because these are parts of yourselves that are coming up to the surface, and you have to just sit with it. You know, you have to just allow it to be what it is, and without judgment. So it's like, now that I don't have judgment of myself, the versions of me that's been stuck inside or stuck in the past, they're now like, oh, we're not judging ourselves anymore. Here we come, here we come, here we come, here we come, here we come. And it's like, oh my God, so many of them are coming forward to me. It's like, imagine like 5 bodies, 5 versions of my body just coming all to the surface and joining in with me right now. That's what I feel like right now. And I feel like I'm emotional and my heart space is open, and I'm feeling more, but I'm also like really, really emotional. And I'm trying to tell these past versions of myself, like, we've done the work. You know, we are not in a state of judgment. So they're just sitting with me until they feel comfortable enough to become one with me. Like, that's making sense to me. So I want to play something, and I've been on this girl's page, and her name is The Soul's Playground 101 on TikTok. And I've been listening to her videos, and she's just been talking she's been talking about the same things that I've been dealing with, like on an esoteric level, mentally, like spiritually, it's been resonating with me. So I'm gonna read y'all my journal prompt after, so you can see what I'm talking about. But I just want you to hear her and listen, because this is what I'm talking about when it comes to judgment being the emotional debt. Because not in a sense to where, like, people look at debt as a bad thing, but it's only a buildup of what you have accumulated inside of yourself that you're not dealing with. Like, you're creating some escapism, and then also it could be unconsciously of you putting the needs of others before you. Like, you're not aware of yourself, and you're not feeling safe enough to be inside of yourself. So in order to make yourself feel good, you're making other people feel good. And that's how you're regulating the reality you're in. So let's talk about this emotional debt situation. But I'm going to play this, and I want y'all to listen to it, because I'm listening to it as well. I had to stop it first, because I'm like, let me go live and just actually like just work it out with myself, and just like have y'all with me, because yeah, let's do it.
If we're constantly giving our whole life, we're always on the move, we're always running, we're always trying to get somewhere and controlling and fighting to get where we need to go, we never give ourselves time to be in the feminine energy, which is the energy of receiving. And this goes for both men and women. All of us have been living in this system of fear. It's been based on fear. And fear can be good in small amounts. It's okay to have challenges, but when that starts to take over, then we start to essentially fear fear. We get to the point where we think that it's not okay to fail anymore. We think that it's not okay to be vulnerable anymore. It's not okay to express ourselves or to ask for help or to not get it right on the first try. It's like the end of the world if we're doing something remotely wrong. It's the end of the world if you're emotional, if you need to cry. Like, men are just told to be like robots who can never express themselves, who can never cry about anything, who can never release anything. And because of this, then women end up taking on all that emotional burden. And so all the weight goes onto them. And so they're feeling weighed down, and then they release their emotional energy back on the man again, and then now he's angry again, and it's just like this horrible cycle that we've created. And it's all because we've made it seem like a horrible thing to truly be ourselves. And what we have to realize is that Mother Nature never was meant to work in straight lines. We are not meant to be straight lines. The masculine energy is meant to be the energy of action. It pushes, upwards, but then the feminine energy wants to pull us back downwards. And that is because the feminine energy is one of expansion. To expand anything, to bring it into the physical reality, you have to be able to let go of it. You have to be able to drop it. If you're always constantly trying to hold everything up, if you're trying to hold the whole sky up, then it's never going to be able to fall down into reality. It's essentially staying in the mind. All of us have been existing in the mind alone. We've been detached from our true selves, living just in our heads. And so all of our creations, all the things that we think that, are so difficult to get and we're never going to get them, and they're just never showing up in our life, and we're trying to manifest things and it's just not showing up the way we want it to. It's because it's still in our mind, because we're not able to let go of it. And to let go of it is to release any emotion associated with. So your entire life, if you've been playing a role, if you've been putting on a mask, trying to be something for somebody else, for your family members, for your friends, for anyone around you, then you have not been releasing things that, you wanted. Like, your true desires are still up in your head.
Yep.
And they're never going to come down until you allow yourself to be vulnerable and be honest with the fact that you haven't truly been yourself, that you've been playing a role, that
we don't have brain and heart coherence. It's important to have brain and heart coherence. You have to make sure that your heart and your brain are working together and not against. And that is what's causing the confusion, to where there's a blockage right here. And this is what I was talking about, the drain, with you turning the water on and the water coming down, and you're trying to bring the water down, but there's too much distortion, there's too much blockages going on inside of here, to where your heart can't align with the situation. And that's why it's not becoming physical. That's why it's not like being, So she's talking about like the judgment that we've created upon ourselves, to where we're not naturally being ourselves. We're not. And we're trying to adjust ourselves, because when you come from like being a soul and being energy and just being one, and then you come here and there's only one way of thinking, which is logic, which is masculine energy, it's like it tells you to be in control. But when you were just before you came here, you were just in a blissful state of literally just being one with that, and knowing that you are in control of everything, but everything is also like working for you. So you don't really, and that's what feminine energy is. Like I said, feminine already knows she's in control and allows the universe to work for her in the unknown, so she can enjoy the freedom. We are not enjoying freedom down here. We're not enjoying the freedom of our mind, the freedom of free will. So it creates this judgment inside of ourselves, where because you're not in control, you must judge that. And that's not how it's, that's not causing an alignment with creating and being a creator in this world. Because your heart, your emotions, your feeling of freedom, your ability to know that all is well and everything is working out for me, and the universe will always provide, and God will always provide, and everything is being put in a way for me. Reality is my other half. And if I'm desiring this, if this is something that I'm creating inside of my head, I know that it'll come true. But then masculinity is coming in, that logic is coming in, and it's asking yourself, how are you going to get everything done? How is everything going to be done? And it's like you have to know everything, but no, you don't. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to judge the entire process. You do not have to be the judge of the entire process of how you are going to get that creation out. So now that we're in this state of like understanding of judgment that's going on within our minds, and knowing that if you release that judgment, if you just let every thought just flow through you, and you're not causing any stagnation, you will allow the water to come down the pipe into your heart, and then you'll be able to just let everything flow and vibrate through. Let me see, what else did she say? Oh, she talks about what goes up must come down, because what is up here, it has to come down here. It has to be felt. That is how it is created. That's how it's created. And it's like we're holding so much up inside of our brains and trying to think about how everything is going to be done, and putting this judgment about ourselves and who we are and what we need to be, and yada, yada, yada. And it's like we need to know everything. No, you don't. You don't need to know everything, and you're not supposed to know everything. The sky is supposed to fall. The rain comes down. That's what water does. Water literally, it's up, comes down, gathers information, goes back up, comes down, gathers information, goes back up, and gives it back to the universe. That is literally what we're doing. That is what we're supposed to be doing. And the harmony that we are supposed to be aware of when it comes down to nature, and even just feminine energy, it's like there's an absence of that. And now that I feel like I'm coming into that absence of myself, because I'm not in judgment, but it's like all of these different versions of myself where I judge myself, and I left myself in that moment, and it's in my brain, and it's in my heart, and it's stored somewhere in my body. Now that that's coming forward, it's like, okay, you're not going to judge. Hi, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this situation. Let's talk about that. It's like, damn, okay, wait a minute. What happened here? All of that stuff is coming up. So, yeah, let me play this a little bit more.
Job you're at, you don't.
Wait a minute, my bad, y'all. She said the video says you don't need more affirmations. You don't need to force the feeling. You don't need to live in the end. You don't need any particular tricks or methods, and you don't need a set routine. You have to feel. You have to like really embody the feminine energy.
Don't actually like it. You only do it to make money. That the people you hang around with, you kind of like them, but you can't truly be yourself with them sometimes.
Right.
That your family that you've been supporting, you feel unheard. You feel like they don't listen to you, or they should do more around the house. Like,
so
but you don't
gotta
ask
be a
for that.
certain
You don't
way.
tell them that, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe you do, and then they lash out on you because of this whole thing about, again, the masculine not being able to express emotion. We as a society need to understand that we are givers, but we're also meant to be receivers. And to be a receiver is to be vulnerable, and vulnerability is so ridiculously powerful. And the reason it's powerful is because if you no longer fear, if you don't fear your emotions, you don't fear asking for help or expressing yourself or being able to talk about things that you're going through, then that's when you become unstoppable.
I talk about that part, because when I was going through uncomfortable situations at school with teachers and like bullies and stuff like that, like I did not tell nobody. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell my siblings, because I didn't want to be judged. I knew that judgment was going to come from me if I expressed what was happening to me, if I told somebody what I was going through. Like, I didn't want to be judged. And then that caused judgment in myself, because I'm realizing that this is the type of planet that I'm on. I'm forced to think more logically. I'm forced to be in control. I'm forced to not feel and try to fix and then like after that, like y'all know, like when y'all found me, like I was trying to fix reality. I was trying to make all of these videos to talk about what's going on this planet and the vibratory rate of everything and how we need to fix this and how we need to get our reparations and all of that stuff. Like, I was like trying to fix reality because I realized that this is not right. You know, I understood that the masculine, there's an imbalance in masculine energy inside of myself because I'm overly thinking logically, because I forced myself to think logically. I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to anybody to know that I was feeling powerless, that I was feeling not myself. And again, in those moments, I left myself. I didn't allow myself to feel that. I didn't express myself in those moments. I didn't know what to do because I was an open child. I was fully pure within myself. And when I come into this world, when I come here and I'm realizing, I'm looking around at all of these children and these adults and the way this world is and history and yada yada yada, if I'm looking at all this and I'm seeing that logic, okay, my adjustment of me learning how to survive on this planet is obviously going to take more control of my logic instead of taking or instead of like using my emotion and my feminine energy. So yeah, I had to just like, I had to like turn that, I had to pause that because my brain, like I'm taking everything in and I'm like reproducing it outside of myself.
Because then there's nothing that can stop you. You're not worried about failure. You're not worried about asking for help sometimes or crying or, you know, sometimes things not going your way, because you know that that's just part of the natural cycle of life. That's meant to happen for you to bring what it is that you desire into this world. You're meant to go through those lows so that things can be brought down from your mind. Think of it this way. Your thoughts are like little particles. They're little things that you want in your life. Like each one is something that you desire, right? But then to make that into a whole picture, to make that in a reality, a life that you can live, you have to have something to connect all of those dots. And the connection is emotion. Emotion connects everything together. Essentially, you have to let your old life crumble to make room for the new life. You have to let the pieces fall so that they then can be connected together by your emotion. That's why crying is so important, because the energy of water is like emotion. It's the energy that connects things. The fiery energy, the one that makes you angry, that's more of the masculine energy, right? So when those two combine together, they create magic, right? We always talk about, you know, like neutrality and awareness and balance, and that is only achieved through expression of both sides of emotion, through both the masculine and the feminine energy.
Both of them.
The reason that our minds for so long have been judgmental of us, that it argues with every thought that we have, that's because we've been in an energy of being too masculine for far too long as a world. A lot of the time we think that we need to fix things, that we need to put things back together, that something's wrong with something. But really, there's nothing broken. It's just that we haven't seen the full picture. So we might not understand why something's falling apart. We might not understand why we're experiencing this negative emotion. And that's because, again, we have to experience the negative so that the positive can exist in our life. If we keep constantly trying to control and fix our reality all the time, then we're never going to be able to actually live it. Just like waves in an ocean, they're not always up all the time. They have to come down and go up again. And for things to get bigger, like to build momentum, you know, you start with like a small line going up and down and it goes faster and faster and faster. You increase your frequency. That's increasing frequency. A high frequency is not only being high all the time, it's going up and down faster. Being able to get through those highs and lows and process energy faster and faster.
That's
getting
what
to the
I feel
point
like what's
where
happening.
You no longer worry if something starts to fall apart. You no longer care if things are going exactly your way that day, because you know that it's for a reason. You know that it's because something better is coming in, and that's literally the truth. You can't put new clothes in your closet if you won't clear out the old ones. Also, you can't learn anything new if you think you've learned everything there is to learn. It's about having your own views and your own boundaries and things that you believe in, but also respecting other people's views and boundaries and hearing them out, not cutting them off because they don't agree with exactly what you want them to believe.
I was talking, quick quicker recovery because you're looking from a higher viewpoint. And that's what's happening to me right now, because like in the previous live, I was talking about how reality is a mirror. So everybody that comes into your energy, when you start to notice that, okay, I'm evolving and my mind is in a different space, and I don't really like, I would say that the people who participated in your reality, they participated in your movie that is playing in your current film. You have to leave, you have to be with them or accept them and not judge them just because you're changing, but no judgment at all. No judgment with the people surrounding you, no judgment with the world, no judgment with your outer reality, because if you start to judge your outer reality, and that's going to boomerang back into yourself, because you're still creating this judgment, and the judgment is going to cause emotional debt. And emotional debt is going to stop your ability to vibrate faster. You're not going to be able to vibrate faster so things can come like that. It's going to be slow. It's going to be like how you know how they talk about like how water, ice, and steam, like how each of the molecules vibrate. When it's in the ice form, it vibrates very, very slow. When it's in the water form, it vibrates a little bit faster. And then when it becomes like steam, it's like vibrating very, very quickly, you know? So what's the name of the video you're watching? This is a video on TikTok that I'm watching. It's on this girl's channel, or her page is called The Soul's Playground 101. And I think she has a YouTube channel as well. And she also talks about us being black holes. Like, we are the black holes that take in things and let them come out. Like, I have to like really dive more deeper into that, but I watched the whole video of her talking about that, and it made so much sense. Because again, think about it how like this, like how you can't see your face, that you cannot see your face. You can only see the faces of other things, the reality that you have created. But getting back on topic of talking about how she was talking about how you don't need more affirmations. You don't need to force your feelings. You don't need to live at the end of your happiness, or you don't need to live anywhere but right now. You don't need any particular tricks or methods, and you don't need a set routine. You don't need to like place all of this judgment upon yourself, because whatever is needed for you is going to boomerang. It's going to come right back to you. As you notice, like with partners or emotional situations that constantly replay in your life, but it becomes a different form or becomes a different person. That energy is energy is everywhere. It's always present. It's always here. You're just not seeing it as energy, you know? So whatever you need to work through, it will get worked through. Or even trying to force yourself or act in this judgment process is causing you to not feel all the way, and you're not allowing the alignment with your brain and your heart. So what's coming up in your heart, what you're feeling, what you want, what you desire, you're bringing it up to your brain, and logic is having all of this judgment to where it's not coming down. It's just staying up here, and it's making you big-headed. It's making you not want to like have this alignment with yourself. So, which is causing emotional debt. And we don't need emotional debt, because emotional debt is the energies that's in motion. It's not in motion anymore. It's just stuck in that time where you left it, where you constricted it to this. It's like judgment. The judgment is the box, and you put the emotional experience inside the box, and you just put it inside of yourself. You're not dealing with it. So the boxes are just piling up inside of your head to where you have so much to work through, and you're trying to create this beautiful reality that your heart is telling you to feel, but there's no alignment with that. It's not coming down. And the thing, I was also talking about how Ascension, and she has said in the video before too, Ascension, they say it's about going up, but it's about going down. It's about going into the deepest, lowest parts of yourself, so you can know who you are. You can know your power. going down and going at the bottom of the ocean and feeling the pressure of you so you can work through that. It's a reason why we descended. It's a reason why we were all the way at the top with the highest level of consciousness, and we were in harmonization with the planet and everything, and we didn't appreciate that. That's the same thing with the story in the Bible where all of these angels were given all of these different roles, and like, you know, they had all these powers, but they didn't appreciate it. They didn't really know like what that is, or they didn't appreciate the light. They didn't know what light was until you felt the darkness. So for me, like, going down and going inside myself is actually causing me to ascend. That is what's causing ascension, because you are allowing the darkness and the light to exist, to be. That is the yin and the yang. So I said I was gonna read. I'm gonna be vulnerable. I'm gonna be vulnerable and read my journal prompt, which, like, I had to write down because I've been feeling these emotions of like powerlessness, and I'm trying to like figure out where the heck did it come from, but it came from inside of myself. It always comes from inside of yourself. Always. Even your reality, the people that you meet, they come from inside of yourself. Like, say for instance, somebody's calling you, or your friend, or just a random person who's coming to you about like something traumatic or something that is upsetting, and they're trying to talk to you about it, and you're trying to figure out like, okay, why is this person talking to me or being open about this stuff to me? And it's like, they came to you for a reason. There's something inside of you that is trying to come up, and it's like sending echoes through your reality, like, hello, like, and that echo is that person coming to you with that experience or that emotion that you felt before inside of yourself, and you think you figured it out, but you actually didn't. You just stuffed it down, and now you're just trying to like move forward. So let's do it, because I'm not judging myself. I don't have judgment of me. I don't have judgment of anything that I did, anything that I've experienced. Like, up until this point in my life, I never acknowledged the fact that when I was in school, the bullying that I experienced. I never acknowledged that. Like, I would just go home and pretend like it didn't happen. And then, like, that's exactly what would happen to me. And I would just shove those experiences down and be like, oh my God. And that little girl is coming up, and she's like, we're not judging ourselves? Oh, okay, this is what I've been feeling. Here you go. And it's me. I have to accept it. I can't just like not accept and just be like, oh no, I don't want to feel this. Like, let it go. Like, I'm trying to figure out why all of these emotions and these experiences that I don't even think about are coming to the forefront of my mind all of a sudden now. It's like because I chose to open up my heart. I chose to open up that I chose to clean out the judgment of the pipeline that's in the water. You know, like when you're running the water and your sink is getting stopped up because there's too much gunk inside the pipe, you have to clean that judgment out. And now that the judgment is cleaned out, the water is running fully, and it's like, oh shoot, is this actually what we've been feeling? I've been feeling like a baby. Like, I feel like I'm going through a rebirth inside of myself, and it's like a metamorphosis. That's what it's called. I'm going through a metamorphosis. So I realized this feeling of powerness okay, let's start over. I realized this feeling of powerlessness has been following me around through life. The feeling of unfairness of this world and how my experiences of this how my experiences of this affected me. I always shoved it down, no matter what experience, because the judge and the victim and the belief system in my head told me to. This winter season has been emotionally tough for me because all of those feelings are coming to the surface. I mean, I did give consent to opening myself up to the healing. I've been crying a lot lately about familiar feelings recycling in my life, making me question things about myself. But I realized that it's just pieces of myself I didn't allow to surface. And finally taking a look at our present reality, and I found myself questioning a lot about myself lately. And it's just old versions and it's just old versions in need of a catch up to where we are vibrating. They need to catch up to where we are vibrating. So that's why I told y'all I was having moments where I just would be in stillness and I didn't want to talk and I wasn't thinking. There's no thought inside of my brain. I'm just sitting there and I'm just not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm not happy. I feel nothing. And that part of myself, and I know that that's not me. And then like I'll have these emotional stages where I'll just be like remembering things that happened to me, and it's like causing me to feel emotional and I have to cry at that moment. And it's because the old version of me is in need to catch up to where we are vibrationally. And I have to just let that pass. I allowed it to pass. I just sit with it. I don't attach it. I don't attach it to myself. So, okay, so just the old versions in need of a catch up to where we are vibrationally. For example, right now, someone triggered me in a post. Now, here we go. This is the vulnerable part. Fuck it. I'm going in. I'm doing it. Yeah. So I do that sometimes. For example, right now, someone triggered me in a post on one of these fake Facebook pages that's been pretending to be me and stealing my videos and making money off of it. I was tagged in a post, and I looked at the page, and the page had 300,000 followers, supporters. I love to say supporters, followers It had 300,000 supporters on there. This page is pretending to be me, and each post they're getting like 100,000, 200,000, a million, 3 million. I'm posting all of my content on my Facebook page. And I'm noticing that I'm not getting that same traction, you know? And it caused a trigger. It was like, that's not fair because that's my content. That's mine. And somebody's getting money off of that? No, you didn't. So that caused a trigger in me of feeling powerless and feeling like this world is unfair again, right? So here we go. Rewinding where this piece of myself was left. Now I'm doing reflection. I'm upset, but I'm also doing reflection inside of myself because I'm like, damn, why do I keep running into this feeling of unfairness? Why do I keep running into people who are doing unfair things to me that I feel like I don't deserve? I'm trying to figure out why does this keep happening to me, right? So this piece of myself where I left, right? My first Facebook pages were hacked. I tried my best to get help from Facebook to get it back, but I received no help. Also around that time, my car was stolen. Someone stole my car off not the dealership. What is the I sent my car to go get fixed. They had it sitting on the lot in front of the place. Someone stole my car, or the place sold my car, fixed the car up and sold it for parts. Whatever they did at the mechanic shop, right? So my both of my Facebook pages that has 100,000 supporters on each one of them, right? And the only reason why I created a second one was because Facebook didn't allow me to get money off of that. They wouldn't let me monetize it for some reason. So I created a second one and rebuilt it myself on there. And then somebody hacked it. Around that time, my car was stolen. Why is this happening to me? This is so unfair. I feel powerless. The world is hurting me. You know, this is how I'm feeling, right? So in those moments, I was just like, let me just rebuild. Oh my God. Guys, I currently live with my mother and my little brother. Yeah, that's what you're hearing. No judgment. Here we go, right? So I'm telling you where my mind is, right? Rewinding even more back rewinding even more back. Let's go back, because now we're going internal. Now we're going more inside of ourselves to really get to the root. Because if my reality is constantly showing me the same energy of me feeling that life is unfair and I feel powerless because this world is always beating up on me just for me being myself, right? So if I'm this is what keeps circulating in my life, because I've been bullied, I've been put down, I've been hushed up, I've felt every single feeling of downness and depression. I've been hurt by people who I've truly given my heart to. This is what I'm feeling like. The world is just terrible and this is unfair and I feel powerless. I feel like I have no power in this world, right? So now we're coming into digging deeper, because I'm like, I'm not going to keep allowing this feeling to take root of me. I'm not going to allow it to control me, right? So we're rewinding even more. We're going more deeper into ourselves. So I'm thinking about, okay, my car was stolen. My Facebook pages were hacked. Let's rewind more. Let's go deeper into ourselves. I'm just now processing that I was bullied. I'm just now processing that. More feelings of me just existing and being picked on for it. Back to, I was elementary school, I was bullied. Middle school, I was bullied. Open your eyes. Face it. Elementary school, I was bullied. Middle school, I was bullied. By the time I got to high school, I was over it. But then I tried to pour myself into a guy, because I felt like if somebody has to love me, right? And I got cheated on 3 times. And then when I broke up with him for cheating on me, he got with somebody and got them pregnant. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's go deeper into the self, right? Okay, back to the 2 hacked Facebook accounts. I tried talking to a hacker, right, to get my account back. Paid him to help me. He turned out to just want more money that I didn't have. I paid him money to help me get my account back because Facebook wasn't helping me. He didn't give me my account. So then, damn, here we go again. Feeling powerless. Starting to feel more and more powerless, right? So I started over with the grace of my heart. I just started over. I started over, a new day, a new account. That's what I used to do when I was getting bullied in school. I would start over the day. I would forget what happened to me yesterday and just start over with a fresh day to try to have a smile on my face and be the happy, bright light that I am, right? Let's go deeper. So I started over. With the grace of my heart, I created a new account, but under the same admin, under the same account. Basically, there's an admin and then you are the creator of the business page. 90,000 followers in, and I wake up and my account is gone. The person who took my page texted me and wanted to work with me again. I asked them, how did they get into my page? They said, a hacker I paid gave them my information to take over the page. Right. This is happening again. This is happening 3 times, right? I'm going through 3 times of being hacked, feeling powerless, not having nobody to save me or help me. Facebook don't want to help me. Done nothing, just nothing. I just feel like nothing is working out for me. I'm trying to do my best with living on this planet, and this is stupid, right? More of myself, just digging into myself, right? Okay. Now, this feeling of unfairness, this feeling of being beat on just for being me. I'm just trying to live. Can I live? I'm literally just trying to live. I'm literally just trying to live. I'm literally just trying to live. That's how I felt. I'm literally just trying to live. I'm just trying to be me, and everything, it seems like I keep running into people, running into spirit experiences and situations that make me feel powerless, make me feel like I don't have no amount of power on this planet that I'm on. Nobody understands me. My brain is different. My heart is different. I'm too open. I have to close my heart up because people want to hurt me. I'm just feeling all of this pain from feeling powerless. Like there's nothing that's going to help me. So I keep running into these situations, right? 3 times. 3 times. And that's not the first time I ran into this same energy. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Right? So, first time I ran into the situation was when I first went into elementary school, and this girl named Raven started being mean to me, and I didn't tell my mom, or I didn't tell my sister or my family or nothing, because I am the big sister. I am the protector. I don't have a big brother. I don't want my siblings to look at me like I'm weak. So I have to just deal with it myself. And I don't know how to deal with that myself. I did not know how, and this is me. This is that version of myself coming forth. I'm still dealing with that emotionally for myself. I didn't know how to deal with that in that moment, because I'm not a mean person. I'm not an evil person. I never wanted to hurt anybody. I never wanted anybody to feel pain. So when this mean girl that came up to me every single day in gym class and just on the bus, when I felt that, when I was experiencing that, I didn't know how to fight back. I didn't know. I was very, very innocent. I don't want to hurt anybody. That's not me. And that never was me. I literally felt so much, and I felt like this world was so evil, and it just was terrible. Like, I always had a certain anxiety leaving home. I never wanted to leave the house. I remember when I first in preschool, and my mom left me, and she left me in that preschool, I was crying the entire time because I wanted to go home. Yeah, these versions are coming up, and I have to validate them, and I have to let it pass, right? So, here we go again. I finally accepted that I can't get this page back and automatically created a new one. Here I go, restarting the same thing over and over again. I just keep running into walls or mean people or powerless situations, and I'm just like, I cry, and then I start over. I create again. It's like a bully. It's like when you're trying to plant flowers on the world. You're trying to plant flowers on the world, and this bully just keeps coming, pulling your flowers up. And instead of getting angry, instead of getting feeling powerless or anything like that, you just start over. You just keep starting over. And I just felt that for myself all my entire life. I just kept starting over. I just did it, right? So I accepted that I can't do anything about it. I'm powerless in this situation. I might as well just try to start over and learn from the situation, right? I finally accepted that I can't get this page back and automatically created a new one, putting every protective verification on it. I claimed ownership of my new page. I started over again. I did try to fight back, right? I sent the email to the California Attorney General about my issues with Facebook, because Facebook is located in California. And sometimes, not an email, but yeah, I sent the emails to them. I sent it to his office saying, and then they sent me a letter back a month later, right? This whole time I'm going through this stage where I was getting money off of the page that I regrew, and somebody took it. Just like that, feeling powerless again, right? So again, I sent a letter to them, just helping, see if they could help me, because they are in control of Facebook. And then they sent me a letter back saying there's nothing they can do. Feeling powerless, right? I felt like I kept running into a wall, and I would start something, being myself, being creative, being this light, being myself, and something would take my creation, and I would cry and then rebuild like nothing happened. It's just like the bullying I felt that I faced, and I never accepted that I was being bullied. I just kept starting the day over like nothing happened. All the verbal abuse, the physical attacks, and loneliness I felt. The physical attacks, I've been punched in my face by a boy. He was an 8th grader. I've been punched in my face by an 8th grader. A boy. That's just to explain that to you. On the bus. The bus driver didn't didn't stop it, didn't do anything. They just let him get off the bus. Okay, let's just move on. Let's just move on, right? Let's not move on. Let's take that in. I took it in. I took it on the chin, literally. My face was stinging, and I didn't have my father. My father was in a whole nother state. I'm the big sister. And in that situation, what made him do this? He was throwing pencils and books and stuff at me and my sister, right? So I stood up. I said, stop throwing stuff at my sister. He walked up to me and punched me in my face. I couldn't cry at that moment because I didn't want to cry in front of my sister. Right. Okay. All the verbal abuse, the physical attacks, and loneliness I felt from me just being myself, me just existing, and something coming in and trying to hurt me. By the time high school hit, I got so used to living this way. My body was just on autopilot with stuffing my emotions down because I felt this world was just too evil for me to be a light, to be my bright, beautiful soul. I felt like Jesus using his light and being crucified for it. I became so depressed after this. This boy I was in a relationship cheated on me 2 times. When I tried to give him the little light I had left to care about someone else, to care about humanity, he still hurt me. I had hurt left inside of myself to where I cut myself. I cut hate love into my leg, on my leg. And that's when the pain and that's when the panic attacks started happening. One day after my breakup, I was washing clothes and I leaned over to pick up the clothes. And when I tried to lean up, my chest got so tight I couldn't expand my lungs to breathe. I crawled up the steps and my sister found me and my mom called the ambulance. I was in the hospital with a chest so tight, it felt like there was no moisture, no water. It felt like my heart was shivered up and refused to pump blood. I wondered how Jesus was able to transmute this feeling. The answer will be revealed pretty soon with me because I'm going through it right now. Because I know who I am. I've came a long way and I'm still going. I've been getting a feeling lately that I'm applauded for just existing here. Like I'm special to my star family. What's important to me? I'm literally crying because I resonate with the same experience. I'm nowhere near perfect, and the stuff that I've been through is just it was hard for me. Really, really hard. I really felt alone. I really felt like I was just I felt like I didn't belong on this planet. I felt like an angel here that was just being abused. And I'm sorry, y'all. I have to like let myself feel this. I have to like I have to validate these versions of me that's coming up, because now that I'm at a space where I feel like I'm ready to like have it with no judgment. The versions of me in the past is just like, okay, here you go. So yeah. Oh, when you hear my mom's story, my mom, like the way she was, because like I came from her, you know, she has a beautiful light as well. And just hearing her story, it's understandable just being a light on this planet, and just like a lot of people's demons got irritated by that. So I had to like accept that inside of myself, because it was really hard. And that's the reason why I found music. You know, I used to sing a lot. And when I would sing, it would help me. It would, cause like, you know, angels, when they sing, it creates a beautiful frequency. So like I would sing and it would just make me feel better. Like music was a beautiful part of myself. And that's why, like, okay, so I have a song on my music channel. It's called 259. And it talks about the time where I cut myself, the time where I you know, I was feeling very, very depressed and alone. And I had to let that out into a song, and I felt better after that. But yeah. Here we go. We got to finish the journal entry, right? I strongly believe that what I say? What's important for me to accept is that I truly am the creator of this life and many others beyond time and space. I strongly believe that your outside world reflects your inside world. You created everything in your reality, and you shift, change, stagnate, or move everything around you. You were once this pure light, energy, consciousness, making yourself project here on this planet because your eternal being desired it. Even when in those moments, I saw this video of like your blood or something. I saw this video of your cells or your blood or something, and your blood is always trying to heal itself. Your body is always trying to heal itself. It's always trying to be here, be conscious, be aware, and just be here. To know that your body, your heart has still beaten through every experience. It just shows how your higher self has always showed you that you need to be here, regardless of the experiences that you go through. You're here for a reason. I desired it, you know. I made a decision for a lifetime, literally a lifetime sentence. Another thing I strongly believe is that you have free will, freedom of choice. You get to choose your own thoughts, and that's the most powerful thing in this realm. So with everything that I've been through along my journey that I've healed or stuffed down, I've attracted it for myself to learn. I've attracted it for myself to learn, to see my power. When it comes to the experiences you create that showed an uncomfortable side of you, why at these moments you judge yourself for that manifested moment. You judge yourself for the moment that you created. Whether it be bad or good, you still created it for you to learn about yourself. I needed to learn how big my heart is, how big I am when it comes down to love and the light that I have, to know that after everything that I've been through, I still had happiness. I still had light for myself, you know. So what I was talking about, like, I'm now acknowledging what I did in those moments where I had uncomfortable situations or traumas that came up for myself. I'm acknowledging what I did, right? You judged yourself for that manifested moment, then ran and hide. You then run and then hide inside of yourself, and it recreates itself in another situation, and you repeat the same cycle. But the version of you that had to experience that uncomfortable moment is still there inside, vibrating itself, echoing from the deepest parts of your soul to create again. And then it becomes stronger. It becomes more painful, more hurtful. To have the ability to take responsibility for Earth's manifested moments is very challenging for the judge, the victim, and the created belief systems inside your heart, inside yourself. Now you know, when you realize this, you are going to judge yourself further. For when the pieces of your past surface and you see the pattern of cycles exist in that version, you will judge yourself, saying, for how long? You judge yourself because now that you've figured out why all of it happened, and you've acknowledged that it's coming to the surface, now you're judging yourself even more because you're asking yourself, why did it take you so long to figure it out? Why did it take you so long to acknowledge or realize that this energy is still with you? You're still judging yourself. Or Will you honor your powers of a creator for never giving up for never giving up? Honor your vessel, your body, for housing these experiences and emotions for so long. Honor the understanding of your higher self for accepting all that you've been through. Honor your higher self. Even when you didn't accept yourself, your higher self still accepted those moments and stored it inside your eternal being. We always have a choice of how we want to experience. I am shocked by the bigness of myself to store all of these experiences, all of these versions of myself inside of myself, and to create. I'm just so grateful that I'm learning now. I'm thankful to all that was involved in my life in these movie scenes. And I'm grateful for all the players, all the actors that played in my life, whether it be the bullies, whether it be that boy who punched me in my face, whether it be the person who broke my heart when I didn't have much light inside of it. All of that. I appreciate every single person that played a part in my reality, in my movie. Because it showed me the people who hacked my Facebook page, all of this stuff that happened to me, I appreciate it. I appreciate the pain. I appreciate the suffering. I appreciate the bad times. I appreciate the depression. I appreciate every amount, every version of myself that is coming forward, because you have stayed there in that moment where I left you. You stayed there in that moment where I left you. And you stayed there for that long. You stayed there for 20 years. You stayed inside of me. That's how big, that's how strong, that's how powerful you are. This was all for my soul's evolution. You know, we all come here for a reason. We come here to learn about ourselves. And that's the end of my journal entry. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm listening to all of this inside of myself, I want to play y'all a song. I hate bullies too. Man, I mean hate. Oh Lord, I don't hate. I don't have hate inside of my heart, because that's the reason why I couldn't fight back, because I saw the pain that was in people, and I didn't want, I saw the pain inside of people, and I didn't want to make more pain inside of them. So I made a song that's called 259, right? It's me talking about the time where I was really, really depressed, and every time I couldn't go to sleep until 2:59 hit. Like, soon as 3 a.m. hit, I was able to go to sleep, right? And I made another song, and it's called Soul Call Back. And this is what I'm currently going through. Like, in this song, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to my inner child. And my inner child is trying to get me to connect with my emotions. My inner child is trying to get me to realize that this is not us, and I need to take control. I need to take the wheel. I need to, you know how a person who has multiple personalities stem off from traumatic experiences and them becoming a different person who they needed to be to get through that moment. And that's what I felt like I did inside of myself. And that's why there are the multiple people who exist inside of me. Not people, these are me, right? They're existing inside of me, and they're coming forth in different ways, right? So now this song, is me talking to myself, because I'm like, we have spent 20 years taking care of ourselves. This is me talking to myself, the unhealed version of myself. We don't need to deal with this. We doing pretty good. We just got to keep going. That's all we got to do. All we got to do is just keep going, okay? All that other stuff, forget about it. It's over with. It's in the past. It didn't happen. It's in the past, right? You don't need to feel it. So that's what I'm trying to tell myself in this song. I'm trying to tell my inner child in this song. I'm talking to my inner child. And my inner child is on the other end of the line, right? So consciously, like, this is like kind of like a phone call that's happening where my inner child has called me and like, hey, something going on, something wrong, we got to do something different, you know, and I'm not trying to hear that. You know, go back to sleep, go do whatever you need to do. Why you woke, you know? So yeah, let's play it. So, you know, just to get y'all to see where I've been at with my music and where I've been at with my mind. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I just listened. Here we go.
I know you ain't trying to come in my lane. You done been in hiding, I've been fighting. Now you wanna complain. I thought you went away. You wanted to be safe. Go crawl back to your space with you. Don't try to cry. Just do the thing and hide. They got to survive. And you can take the light. Why you even know? You said this is not so. I'm the reason we are strong. Now you want me to let go. I want you to be more strong from me. Now you up and leave all the time missing me. All the nights I screamed, all the ways I bleed, all the things I've seen, all the things I've seen. This is so called back. 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 I know you like control. I
Yeah, that song always gets me a little emotional. Gets me a little emotional. It gets me a little emotional. Oh, because oh my God, it's when you like when I actually release it and y'all hear it, you can just hear me on the other end of the phone call, and I'm just like I'm saying, like, let me take control, let me take the seat, like let me sit in. You know how, like, basically when somebody has multiple personalities, there's somebody sitting in the chair. So the person who gets to sit in the chair gets to like exist or gets to take control of the wheel, the body. And the inner child is like, let me sit in the seat, let me feel, let me talk, let me take control. Like, it's not you, it's we, it's all of us. You can't just be in this anger and this pain and just keep existing, you know. Like, I'm trying to like talk to myself and the person who's loud, which is me, the person who's like Like we've been doing this for a long time. You think I'm gonna give up the seat? We've been taking care. I've been the one who's been taking care of us. You left us. You left us. You left us in these moments. You left. I had to stay here and go through all of that pain and dealing with this world, and I had to be there. I had to deal with that. And how I handled it. Now you want to judge me? Now you want to say this is not us? And you like, it's like the unhealed version is arguing with the inner child. And it's something. It's like it's what I needed to let go. And it's like me, like even at the end I'm like, I know you won't control. Let go, let go. It's time to take a different road, different road. Man, and I had to like, whoo, that was. And then in the back of the song, I'm like singing as loud as I can. Let me take control. Let me take the seat. Let me take the flow. It's not you, it's we. Like I'm trying to like just this. My music is how I'm processing like everything that I've been through, you know. And it's just beautiful. And I like, even with like what I'm doing with music, just I know I ran into a bunch of walls when I was like recording music off of online beats, and then I had to like, I couldn't put it out because like I had to like pay for the beat. My phone had went dead. I was like, oh damn, wait a minute, what just happened? I thought I would have to restart the live over. I'm glad y'all still in here. Yeah, that's like basically, I'm glad that I was able to like just let all that out and just like refresh that inside of myself. It feels good. It feels really good to just accept these versions of me, even though it's like it's difficult, you know. It's a challenge. It's a challenge inside of yourself to where you have to face yourself. Not a lot of people will face themselves. And even just like sharing it, like for me, these are really vulnerable experiences that I just shared. And I kind of feel good about it. So now like when I make music, y'all can know where that's coming from. Y'all can know exactly where it's coming from. So yeah, I wanted y'all to get I wanted y'all to really like see where I'm at. Cause like I've been changing, and I've been going through an emotional time for myself because of all of these past versions that's coming up. And yeah. So if anybody else who's going through this right now, just know that it's for your benefit. It's for you to learn, and always look at it from every angle that you can, from a higher perspective, even in the lower perspectives. Like if you're able to observe yourself in a lower version, and okay, this is what this energy is, now you can look at it and just be like, okay, how many times have I ran into this energy? Now you can identify it and then just bring it back up. So I hope that this helped some of y'all, like, of me just sitting here in my own internal diary with y'all. So yeah. Yeah. Did this help anybody? I hope it did. I really do hope it did. Don't forget the next song. Oh, are you talking about 259? You talking about 259? Because I showed y'all, I'm going through it. It always never changed. Reach out to me so we can talk about it. We are talking about it. We talking about it right now. I mean, I honestly, with a lot of stuff that the stuff that I'm going through and what I'm doing right now, like I don't think I have to just stay in myself. Like I can't be like, right now I'm in hermit mode. So like anybody who's having issues, I have to like because I'll internalize that as an empath. So I have to make sure that I'm just fully into myself. So I just wanted this to help, you know. But are you talking about the 259 song? Cause it's on my music channel. You know where it's at. It's on my music channel. All you got to do is just like go listen to it, and it'll explain the whole experience that I'm dealing with. But yeah, I would say that winter time, like this whole, like how winter is right now, it's been really, really like making me feel bald. Like how trees are. You know how trees don't have leaves and they just look so shriveled up. You said two songs. Yeah, those are the two songs. The one song is what you just heard, which is Soul Call Back, and then 259 is on my page. But I feel like a tree that doesn't have leaves right now, that's just going through a season of internal self and winter depression, sis. It's I mean, I don't look at it's like it can be depression, it can be healing, you know, but it's helping, you know, it's helping me go through myself. So when the springtime come, like I can like just be this beautiful flower that I am, you know. Like I feel like everything that I'm dealing with right now emotionally and just facing myself internally, it's helping me be this beautiful flower when it comes come March, come April, come you know, the new year, the actual new year, I will feel new because I'm going through this moment of myself. Cancer and Mars, my emotions been everywhere. Yes. Yes. The emotions have been like literally everywhere. But it's okay. I sit with it and I accept it, and I have no judgment of myself. And you shouldn't have no judgment of yourself either. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge the past versions of you. Don't judge the worst moment that you ever did to your body, to yourself, to whatever happened to you. Like, don't judge it. Accept it and know that you were doing the best you could in that moment. And now that you're able to process it, don't even think about the time it took to process it or how long you've been sitting with this energy. Accept, no judgment, love yourself fully and completely. All the way. All the way. I have some prayers, like some words of affirming that I want to like be with y'all. You know, like I want to make sure that I send this live off into the universe, into a you know, just letting y'all know. Let me see where it's at. Here we go. All right. Here we go. I had it saved. I'm in my notes right now. Okay. Actually, I'm in my notes in my Pinterest. Okay. We're getting into sending ourselves off, right? Higher self, go before me. Guide me to what will allow me to embody my soul's highest expression in this lifetime. Open my path to opportunities that align with my highest good. Steer me away from distractions that detract from my purpose. Illuminate my decisions with clarity and insight. Infuse my actions with love and compassion. Lead me to encounter that inspire growth. Understand and connect to myself. Help me recognize the signs and synchronicities that are messages from the universe. Grant me the courage to follow my heart, the strength to face challenges with grace, and wisdom to find joy in every moment. To my spirit team for my highest good, may anything or anyone attempting to cause harm in any aspect of my life, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially, be blocked, canceled, and cleared from my energy field. May anything not aligned with my highest good be transformed into abundance in all forms. May I be filled with a calm mind, body, and spirit, and may only that which serves my highest good be manifested in my life. I trust you. Dear spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, ascended masters, and universe, I give you permission to release me from the burden of guilt and shame and to allow the flow of universe and abundance into my life. Oh, blessings before me, open this road from in front of me. I travel with no adversity, only prosperity and beautiful things surround me. I leave behind fears and uncertainty. All obstacles be removed from this road. My path is blessed with everything I need. As I will, so it will be. I'm now choosing to cleanse myself and release any and all thought forms, beings, situations, and energy that no longer serve my highest good and greatest good. Across all planes of existence, across all universes, across all lifetimes, I ask that all energies that are less than love be transmuted for the highest good of all. And so it is. Yeah. Oh, one more. I do not absorb any energy that is not mine to carry. May no outside influences affect me. I call my power and I call my energy forward. May I ride the rhythm and vibration that is mine and mine's alone. I claim my authentic self. My authentic energy and power flows through me. I release all that is not mine to carry. A shield of protection surrounds me so I don't hoard the worries of those around me. No projections of others, no pain or anxiety. May I learn to process what is mine and stand in my own power without the heavy worry. As I will, so it will be. Ashe. Thank you. Okay. So, we've done a good job today with releasing and understanding ourselves and working through ourselves. So, we are going to pat ourselves on the back because we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. And these are the little accomplishments that we do inside of ourselves that need to be showed, So, I love y'all so much. I love myself. I'm talking to myself. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you chose to continue existing. I'm grateful that you chose to keep going on your path. I appreciate all the love and all the light and all the darkness and all that is you. I appreciate the universe in you. You being a creator, whether it be bad or good, I appreciate you creating yourself. You being a creator on this planet. And know that you just being here is a beautiful thing. And don't ever forget that you are in control. And you also have to be at ease with yourself. Don't forget that you are not alone. You are not alone. And being alone is sometimes good because you're taking the time for yourself to go inside of yourself. And that you have yourself. You're not alone because you have yourself. So becoming friends with yourself and accepting yourself and not judging yourself because of the belief systems and the victimhood of others. That is how you become friends with your inner self. I'm proud of you and I want you to keep going. I love you so much. Okay, I'm getting off now.